April marks the 23rd annual Donate Life Month, a time to honor those who have given the gift of life and to highlight the ongoing need for organ donation. So joining us now to discuss the latest advancements in transplant surgery and a recent major milestone is Dr. Matthew Wilkinson from St. Luke's. Matthew, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me on.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. How great is the need for organ donation right now in the United States?
It would be hard to overestimate that need. There are over 100,000 people waiting for solid organs. So that would include things like kidneys, hearts, livers, lungs, pancreas. The vast majority of those people are waiting for a kidney, and that number doesn't even include people who need tissue, eyes, corneas, things like that. So it is a huge need.
Definitely sounds like it. Now, national figures actually indicate more than 80% of the wait list is for kidneys. So what would you say people need to learn and then know about that process?
So the most important thing to know about kidney is that people generally have to wait. Because we have dialysis, the system is set up that you wait until it's your turn. And that wait time, depending on where you are in the country and your blood type, can be as long as 10 years. Here in the Midwest, we're a bit more lucky in that patients may only have to wait 3 to 5 years, but even that may be longer than some patients have. So it's very important, and what we emphasize to our patients is the possibility of finding a living donor or someone you know can donate one of their kidneys to you, which allows you to get that kidney right away and not be on dialysis.
Now, something else we definitely want to talk about is that St. Luke's, you guys recently celebrated a major milestone in this area. What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So recently, two of my partners, Dr. Rachel Tyndall and Dr. Catherine Shaw, did our first donor pair by using the robot to take the kidney for donation. It was then placed in the recipient. Donor went home in 2 days, and the recipient followed quickly thereafter, off of dialysis and with excellent kidney function.
That is a massive milestone. Some other things that I feel like people might want to kind of have you break down, because there's myths about so many things. So what would you say are some myths about organ donation that maybe you can dispel or reassure for us?
Absolutely. So there's been a lot in the news recently about organ donation. People have read lots of articles and have concerns that their needs as well as their own personal wishes are being followed. And it's very important to understand that we don't take organs from anybody who does not want to be an organ donor, and we follow people's wishes right until the end or until they pass. It's also important to know that you should not rule yourself out from being an organ donor, really for any reason. Many people have complications or complicated health journeys, and just because of that, it doesn't mean that they may not be able to donate other organs which were not affected or tissue. I also think it's important that people know that they should never rule themselves out from being a potential organ transplant recipient. For example, we have no upper limit on the age that we'll look at someone for a kidney recipient as long as they're a good candidate and in good health.
Well, a lot of great information today. What would you say are some of your final thoughts that you want to share with us and the audience?
I think the most important thing is to remember that that need for organ donation is great. So when you go to the DMV, be sure to check that little Y. You'll get a nice heart on your license. Or you can sign up at Donate Life.
Easy peasy. Well, if people want more resources about all that you guys do at St. Luke's, what's the best place for them to go?
Best place to go would be to stlukeskc.org.
Awesome. Well, Matthew, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Again, you guys can learn more at stlukeskc.org, or of course give them a follow on social media at St. Luke's.